because beachgoers are being warned to be vigilant when swimming in the ocean, particularly clean ones, of course, that we're talking about especially. It comes after the latest drowning incident at Camps Bay that's led to the death of a child. The 12 and 13-year-old were rescued and CPR was performed before they were taken to hospital. Now, unfortunately, one of the girls did lose her life. For more, we are now joined by Andrew Ingram, the communications manager at the National Sea Rescue Institute. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us on this day of goodwill, but unfortunately, the goodwill only goes so far, unfortunately, because vigilance, being careful and just really needing to have great concern when people are, of course, flocking to the seas is very important, and it applies a lot of pressure to your institute too.
Hello, Arabile. Thank you for having me on your show. Yes, it's a beautiful day in Cape Town. People are flocking to the beaches, and I think that we need to put a couple of urgent requests out there. The first one is for people to please not drink alcohol when they're going into the water, whether that be the sea, their private swimming pool, a municipal swimming pool, a river or a dam. Alcohol can seriously compromise your safety, and it can compromise the safety of others who may need to try and help you if you get into difficulty. So please don't drink alcohol and then go into the water.
Yeah, I mean, are those the key reasons that you're seeing? Is because people are either just drinking and not being careful, ultimately, perhaps going outside of the bounds of in which the rescuers are pretty much putting forward, even some of the watchers as well. Are those the key reasons that we need to be putting out here? Is it just really just a beachgoer concern here?
There are a number of reasons that people get into difficulty. At this time of the year, everybody's letting their hair down, relaxing after a really hard year. And some people will drink alcohol while they're relaxing, which is fine, but we don't drink alcohol and drive our cars anymore. Drinking and driving is just kind of really not done in South Africa. And the same applies to drinking and swimming. Don't drink alcohol, don't go into the water after you've drunk alcohol. The other thing, of course, is our children. And if you're looking after children and you've had a couple of drinks, you actually can't concentrate. It's really important to understand that drowning is silent. And that if you are looking after children, you need to be watching them when they're near water. And when they're in water, you should be an arm's length away. In the movies, you see people splashing and shouting for help when they're in difficulty in the water. In reality, that doesn't happen. It's completely silent. So unless you're watching somebody and you're very close to them, and specifically young children, you risk them drowning.
Yeah, one wonders as well, I mean, are there sufficient ambulance services, guards, etc. as well, in addition to, of course, having needed family members and parents and the like to be on such close watch? Is there enough by way of sea rescue personnel?
There's a major, all services are on high alert throughout this time of the year and specifically today. So absolutely, there are enough resources and the emergency plans in place allow first responders to get to emergencies very, very quickly. So I think that certainly within the city of Cape Town, things are really well organized. But really, I think that people must take their own responsibility for keeping each other safe, keeping themselves and each other safe. And it's pretty basic. Don't drink alcohol. Please look after your children. Be aware that rip currents are the biggest danger if you are going down to the beaches. And most people find rip currents very hard to see. So the safest thing to do is to go to a beach where lifeguards are on duty, swim between their flags, talk to the locals and understand where the dangers are.
Yeah, because that's going to be more important as well. Just as a final one, the education around whether it's water safety as well then as things like health, right? So in terms of knowing things like CPR and the like, how significant and important and life-saving could that be?
Absolutely enormous. So I think that if people know the emergency number to use in South Africa is 112, from your cell phone, and that will get you the emergency services that you need very quickly. But apart from knowing who to call for help, 112, knowing how to do CPR is a really important life skill. And I think we teach young children how to do it. And it gets a whole lot more complicated than what we can talk about here. But to understand that if somebody is not breathing and their heart is not beating, to push hard and fast in the center of the chest, call for help, call 112. The most important thing, though, is look after each other. Have a wonderful day out there, a great holiday, and please just obey the basics. Watch your children and don't drink if you are near water.
Yeah, Andrew, appreciate that. Thank you so much. We certainly hope that you can also let your hair down, because unfortunately I can't at this stage. So I'll accept it you'll accept it on my behalf, I hope. Andrew Ingram, the Communications Manager at the National Sea Rescue Institute.